So now we discussed about Selenium IDE. Any doubts on Selenium IDE? And there are other two components also, right? Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid. So let's discuss Selenium WebDriver, then we'll go for Selenium Grid. Selenium WebDriver, how it emerged is was basically Selenium WebDriver was not there when first released this Selenium tool. So there was Selenium remote control tool. So Selenium remote control is a client server architecture. And basically every request, first it will go to the server. Server will send that command to the browser. So there is a lengthy process. So lengthy process was there in the Selenium remote control. And also this is all these commands, right? These commands. So whatever the commands you have seen here, all these commands are developed in JavaScript only. So same methods are used in Selenium RC also. Those methods, first it will send that command when you are sending, okay, type, you are sending, first it will go to the server, Selenium remote control server. There is a server middle layer between the browser and so your command, your code. So first it will reach the server. Server will pick up that command and send it to the browser. On the browser, the command will inject, because this is also JavaScript code and every browser has a JavaScript code, and it will inject and perform the action there. And the response you will get back. That's a total process in the Selenium remote control. And at that time, Google was the key player for using this tool for their automation testing purpose. So vast, so user for their testing purposes, Google. But even though ThoughtWorks company released this tool, and there are many consumers, right? So if the tool is there, so many companies are consuming this tool, and Google is one of that. So they have lakhs of test scripts, and they are running using the Selenium tool only. And they found, it's a more time consuming, and they don't want, right, taking more time to run their test. It's lakhs of test scripts they have to run. And so they felt very bad, and then they decided, okay, so we'll change this approach. Instead of sending the command to the server, if server is not ready, your command won't reach the browser. That means your test script won't run. That problem was there in the Selenium remote control, and also slow process. These two drawbacks were there in the Selenium remote control. Then in what they did, they started WebDriver first. WebDriver they started. WebDriver, that means it drives the browser. So there is no server involved in the WebDriver concept. It directly talks to the browser. The command, it goes directly and talks to the browser. How is it possible, sir? So the way they implemented is like that. So WebDriver is an interface in Selenium. That interface is implemented in each browser class. So there is each browser, one class is there. That class implemented this WebDriver interface. Class implements the interface, right? Same way, here WebDriver is an interface. That interface is implemented in each browser driver class. So for Firefox, you have a Firefox driver class. For Chrome, Chrome driver class. Safari, Safari driver class. Edge, Edge driver class. All these classes inside the WebDriver methods are implemented. So that means a common methods declared in the WebDriver interface and implemented in the each browser driver class. That's what the interface I explained even in the Java also. Same logic applies here. So that's why left side you always declare WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. If you want to run your test case on the Chrome browser, you have to write a first line of code. Interface is a WebDriver, driver equal to variable. Driver is a variable, reference variable equal to new Chrome driver. You are creating object for Chrome driver class. You are creating object for Firefox driver class. You are creating object for Edge driver class. You are creating object for Safari driver class. Which browser you want to run your test case, that browser class you need to create object. That's all Java. The WebDriver is completely Java. That's why I'm asking you guys, read Java n number of times until you are comfortable with the Java concepts. Whatever the concepts we discuss, that's more than enough for Selenium. There are some other topics people will ask. Selenium, Java is a vast. For Java, still I didn't discuss threading, inner classes, reflections, so many other things. But still, you won't use them in Selenium. Selenium, you will use OOPS concept, control structures, methods, collections, exception handling, file handling. These are the strings. Another major topic, strings. These are the topics they will ask, they will use in your automation code. That's why we discussed whatever we required. Those topics only I discussed. That's why everything is Java. So that's why I'm giving again heads up one more time. You have enough time this weekend, brush up all of them. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so we are there, right? Now this WebDriver is, it directly talks to the browser. There is no server concept involved here. That's what Google developed. WebDriver is developed by Google. Driver is developed by Google, but they don't have all the concepts like, multiple browser support, multiple programming language support, multiple framework support was not there. Then what they did, they went and spoke to ThoughtWorks company. Hey guys, we have a good idea to improve this Selenium tool. We made some changes, and you merge Selenium remote control except the server. You merge the remaining all the code into WebDriver. We'll make a beautiful project. Because that's a good opportunity for ThoughtWorks also, right? Because they have given an open source tool this for the public. So maintaining that also for ThoughtWorks is a big headache. Then Google, a big company, is joining with this project. They accepted. Now, from now onwards, Google took up this project and developed this as a, so they started with the Selenium WebDriver, Selenium RC. That means Selenium 1.0. Selenium RC means Selenium 1.0 version. Plus WebDriver equal to Selenium WebDriver 2.0 or Selenium 2.0. Selenium 2.0 means Selenium WebDriver. That's what the proposal, how it came, and that time onwards. So RC is deprecated completely. They stopped development and everything. And whoever developed the programs, they are migrated. They have given some support to migrate to all the Selenium WebDriver test cases. Now on, so 2010 onwards, everybody started using Selenium WebDriver. That's how Selenium WebDriver came into existence. This is a very fast and powerful tool. So it talks directly to the browser. In the browser itself, you have methods you have in the browser, and application also you're opening in the browser. So it will directly talk. There is no delay, right? That's what the concept they implemented. So first Selenium WebDriver starts with the Selenium 2.0. Then Selenium 3 started. Now Selenium 4. Now Selenium 4.19.1 we have latest version. These are the different versions. And they improved a lot. Every release, new changes, new bug fixes happened. And improved the Selenium tool. So very nicely. So that was the Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver is a functional test tool. Selenium WebDriver is a functional test tool to automate the web browsers. It supports multiple browsers, multiple operating systems, multiple programming languages, multiple built-in frameworks, and so you can automate only web applications. You cannot automate Windows-based applications. That's a limitation of Selenium WebDriver. And once you develop the Selenium WebDriver test scripts, you can run them on multiple browsers, like multiple operating systems. How you can do that? You can leverage that same Selenium WebDriver test scripts using Selenium Grid. So Selenium Grid is another distributed environment tool where you can run your test cases on several machines and browser combinations. Multiple machines and browser combinations, you can run your test cases. That is what Selenium Grid means. So you can run your test cases parallelly and distributed environments. Distributed environment means like I want to run my test case on Linux Firefox. You can set up one machine and so that is available for you. You want to run one Mac Safari, one machine you set up and it will run. And one more machine you can set up. Windows, Chrome. Like that you can set up multiple machines. All the machines you can run parallelly. Whichever combination you required, you can run that combination using Selenium Grid concept. So that's the beauty of this Selenium tool. So this is generally, you don't need to write separately. Whatever the test case you have written here, those only you can run using Grid in the distributed environment. That's what you need to tell. You can run your automation test cases on the distributed environments, different browser and operating system combination, and you can run parallelly also. Parallel execution you can achieve with Selenium Grid also. That is what you need to tell what is Selenium Grid means. Clear? Any questions of all the three components of Selenium?
Ramesh, maybe it is a general question. It's like useful. Like several environments means that might be a QA environment or like a staging environment or like that also you can give as an example, right, Ramesh?
No, that is different.
Oh.
So that is different. This is a cross browser and machines testing.
Okay.
Environments means your testing environments are different. Your testing environment, like you have a QA environment, staging environment, pre-prod and prod, right? These are the different environments. You will test the same test cases.
Yes, yes.
But here, for example, your application has to support different operating systems.
Platforms, different platforms.
Different platforms.
Yes.
That platform support, how you can do, you need to configure that machine.
Yes, yes, yes.
You should have that operating system.
Correct.
So on that operating system, your application is compatible or not, how do you know? by checking that, right?
Yes.
So that you can do with the grid concept.
No.
And
One
different
more
environment
question.
means environment is all URLs,
No.
right? How you will
Yes.
pass the URL to your test case.
Yes. That. Yeah. Correct.
So you want to run your test case on the QA environment or a staging environment or a prod or pre-prod. Which environment you want to run, that is different.
No.
This is all the grid is a concept of platform browser combinations.
No. No.
Yeah, I hope others also got, so Muni got a good question here, right? So testing environments are different. The distribution environments are different. Distributed machines are different.
And one more question, Ramesh.
Mm.
You have time? Or,
Yeah, we have time.
the question is 1 minute, Ramesh. See, we are discussing our Selenium is a open source tool. There is no customer support for it since it is freely available. And
Right.
just you call that Google is developing a WebDriver for us. Then,
Right.
if you think about the business scenario,
Mhm.
where Google will get the benefits. See, everybody
There
will
is,
do for
yeah.
business, right?
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Where
good
it will
question.
get the
Yeah,
where the Selenium is generating revenue for the Google company, or how they will develop, or
yeah.
how they will support us.
Okay. So, good question. Let me explain this. See, Selenium is no used by many companies, right? Even though they are giving freely, what they will do is they will donate. They will do donations. Okay, so I think if you see, donate to Selenium with PayPal. So you can, so if somebody, they're benefiting with the tool, they will pay something, right? They are not forcing, but they will pay. So that donations they will get, but other than that, they're not expecting anything. Okay, so that's how there is no revenue for this, but people who are so going to give a donations. That donations only is the revenue. Other
There
than
is
that,
no
no other
direct
revenue.
business. There is no direct business on this,
No,
right?
no, no.
Building a business license. There is no license
There is no
cost.
license, no cost involved at all. It's a completely free tool. That's why it is popular. That's why it is becoming popular because cost is not involved, right? So that
Yes, yes.
anybody can use it. Freely they can use it. You don't need to pay money.
Yeah.
So that is the only, but the donations are, they will get donations every month. Every month they will get a lot of donations because lakhs of companies are using this. So they will just give us some donation.
Thanks,
That's
thanks.
it. Yeah. Other than that, without donations, no revenue for this. Any questions?
Like, will they have some licenses? That and all will not be there. Directly we can download from
Yeah,
these.
you can download directly.
Even the
No,
companies as well, they do the same thing, Ramesh.
yeah, same thing, same thing. You don't
Okay.
need to single, no paisa is involved in this, or a single penny is involved in this using this tool. Freely you can use it. Any company freely they can come and they can just download whatever the tool they want. So this how.
Yeah, and another thing, like Ramesh, you cannot integrate any defect management tool directly with the Selenium.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Um,
GitHub. There you can
hmm.
raise the defects. There you can raise the defects.
Since like there
So
are other
yeah,
third-party defect management tools like
yeah,
ALM, Quality
yeah.
Center, or Jira.
Not that one, but
Hmm,
the
hmm,
GitHub
hmm.
there is a, you can raise the defects and Google will actively support those defects also. For example, if you see if you go to this change log, if you go to this, these are all defects. See, you can see these are the defects, they solved it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about this actually. I'm talking about our QA perspective point of view. Once we execute the scripts, we need to raise the defects for failed test cases. So, so for that, generally, if you talk about QTP or UFT, they have directly integrated with defect management tools like Jira, ALM. So you automatically can go and raise the defects or test cases, everything you can integrate with that. Test cases also can directly give. In Selenium, we don't have that facility.
That you don't have.
Yes.
That you don't have here. So you need to depend on that. You need to depend on other tools, not this one.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So there are, that's what I'm saying. There are drawbacks are there. Limitations are there. So not fully they will provide everything.
Can we tell it is a limitation?
You can tell. You can tell. So direct, because QTP you have that option, but here you don't have.
QTP we have, Tosca we have, but Selenium doesn't supporting like third-party defect management tool integration.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that's all about tool. Any other questions before starting the HTML? I just want to explain the HTML a little bit. Okay. So let's move on to the HTML concept until this meeting closes. Okay. So you can learn very well. Why do you need HTML? HTML is hypertext markup language. It will be used to design your web pages. The skeleton is designed by HTML concepts only. Markups, tags. So you want to learn more about HTML, you can just use w3schools.com. This is the w3schools.com. You can go and even you can learn CSS, HTML, JavaScript, SQL. I already pinged some of the documents in our group. Please spend some time on SQL. SQL also they will ask at least 1 or 2 questions about giants. Do you know about giants? They will ask. Just theoretically at least learn them. Okay, I'm not going to cover them, but if you want to cover, you need to spend some time with me on weekends or sometime. I can explain SQL a little bit. But yeah, it's not a big deal. You can learn that. Okay, so let's go on to HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language to create the web pages. This HTML is used. Every web page has HTML. Without HTML, no front end pages. So, and how this HTML is designed. So HTML is the standard markup language for creating the web pages. Every page has one HTML document. So .html extension will be there. HTML describes the structure of a web page, and HTML consists of a series of elements. HTML elements tell the browser how to display the content. And so simple HTML document is, this is the HTML5 documents. So if you write a /doc type HTML, this is the declaration of HTML. And this is the first tag, the root tag, we call this. So why you are calling tag? In the Angular bracket, if you put anything, that's called tag. HTML head, body. See, HTML head, so like a human body, entire human is a HTML. You can think a HTML document. So head to body. Head is the most visible part, right? For us, by seeing a head, you can recognize that person, right? That is the head you can write inside the HTML tag. HTML is the first, then head tag. Head tag inside you have a particular name. Suppose if you see my head, you can identify, okay, this is the Ramesh. That's a title you can give, right? So that's the head inside you have a title tag. So every tag, can you see there is a two pair of tags. So HTML, open tag and close tag. Can you tell me what is the difference between here? This one and this one?
Forward slash.
See, the close
Nothing.
tag has a forward slash. If there is a tag name before forward slash, that is the meaning, it's a close tag. So if it is a plain in the angular bracket HTML, that's a open tag or start tag. Or start tag or open tag, close tag or end tag. So tags will be in pair. There are self tags are there. There are pair of tags are there. So HTML is a pair of tag. Head is a pair of tags. Body also pair of tags. See, body closes here. Body starts here. Body closes here. So the body inside you have all the parts, right? In the human body you have all the parts, right? Here also, whatever the visible portion of your web page, that will be written in the body tag only. In the head tag, you will write only title. So you can see this is the how you can recognize this page, introduction to HTML. This is, they will write like this using title tag. Title tag. If you write like this title tag, then only it will appear on the top. Like a ChatGPT, this also you can see. And if you go to HTML, right click and inspect, and you can see elements, you can see the HTML. HTML, you can see head tag inside. You can find a title tag here. So you can find title tag. Can you see here? Title tag, ChatGPT. Same is appearing here, right? Same is appearing here. So that is the title tag will be in the head tag. So any page you want to see, just go and right click. You want to see this page HTML, right click on inspect, and you can find the HTML. See, first it starts with a doc type, is the representation of HTML5 version, and this is the HTML, the root tag, then head tag, and head tag closes here, and body tag. So when you put a cursor on the body tag, see the entire page is visible portion only highlighting. So head portion, it won't be, you can see with the title only. So that is the HTML head body. Body inside only you have a web page elements. Every tag is one element. So that body tag inside, you can write so many elements. So H1 tag is heading. H1 to H6, all headings. You can put H1 to H6. So the order, H1 means a bigger heading, H2 means less than H1, H3 means less than H2, H4 means less than H3. Like that, the font also, the size will reduce. That's a H1 to H6. There are 6 heading tags will be there. That's a H1 means heading tag. P means paragraph. You want to write some paragraph, you can write with a paragraph tag. See the open tag and close tag. So here also H1 open tag and close tag. So like this, you can write a lot of elements here. All the elements we'll discuss one by one, and I'll show you in the, so directly in the HTML, you can understand better way. So see, this is the doc type declaration. Just tells it's a HTML5 document. And this one tells this is the root element of the HTML page. Head element, metadata, meta information it contains, and also HTML page title will be there in the So head tag inside. The title tag is specifies the page title, the name. You are giving a name for the HTML. That's a title tag. And body tag, so defines the document body. That means a page body. So in this inside, you can write paragraphs, images, links, tables, list, whatnot. Every element you can define inside the body tag. So the HTML element means an HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content, and an end tag. So this is the one. This is the tag, start tag, and some content goes here and the end tag here. So HTML element is everything from the start tag to the end tag. So this is the start tag, and this entire thing is HTML element. So this is the paragraph, P for paragraph, and this is the break. So you can just so BR means break. You can move the to next slide, break. So that's the one. And then, so this is how you can see my first heading and paragraph. So this is how you can see .htm means the extension is .htm. See, the visible portion is only this one in the web page, and these are all not visible, but this page title will appear on the top. So that's all basics, and let's go and discuss few more. So I want to discuss, see, H1, H2, H3, all these different tags will be there. So HTML elements, one by one we can see. So H1 paragraph, and we have seen. And there are attributes. So attributes means, so tag inside, you can define some properties to the element. So how this looks like, some properties like a human has a name, surname, date of birth, phone number, like that, right? Every element also some properties are there. That properties are called attributes. HTML attributes provide additional information about that element. So HTML elements can have attributes. Attributes provide additional information about that element. That's the main purpose of attributes. So attributes has a like a key value pair, like a name and value in double quotes. So attribute name, attribute value will be there. So within double quotes, the value will be there. So like, elements, if you see some elements, images will be there. So like, so you can see images. So paragraph, right? Let me show you some more images. I think it's not showing here. Yeah, here we can see. So this is the A tag. A tag means anchor tag. So you want to define some link, they will use a anchor tag. So tag after the start tag inside only attributes will be written. Start tag, see, start tag means tag, first tag name, then attribute. Attribute is attribute name and attribute value. A value will be always in double quotations. That's a very clear indication for you. What is the href value means? Equal to, after double quotes inside, value will be there. That's a first attribute. So href is only for links, hyperlinks only having href attribute. So there is a img tag. Img tag means images. If you want to represent images, you will use img tag. So img tag has a src attribute, source attribute, where this image. So you can give, see, tag after, then attribute name equal to attribute value. So like this, you can define your attributes in the open tag only. Only in the open tag you can see them. So that's the attributes means. See, you can add few more attributes also, like src. So then width value, height to height value. So now here attributes are src, width, height. And src value is, this is the src value. That's ended. See, double quote started, ended here. Started here and ending here. That's one value, a value of src. Width value 500, height value 600. So that's the attributes